Happy birthday, Donald! Woo! 78, baby. 78. So the Euros begins today, Euro 2024 in Germany on Donald Trump's 78th birthday. It is going to be Germany, the host nation, against Scotland. Donald Trump's father was German. His mother was Scottish. How very, very convenient. I want to give a big shout out to a girl I know called Lily. Much love to you, Lily, and I hope you have a beautiful day today, and I'll message you after this stream. God bless you, Riddler, in the chat. Patrick, how you doing, mate? So what I want to tell you all, this tournament begins today. It ends on the 14th of July. For me, this is something that I just want to expose. I'm not here promising that I'm going to make you all rich and I'm going to get every pick right and I'm the world's greatest, okay? I'm going to be going to show you that this tournament connects to Donald Trump, the royal family, and war. And, of course, the Bible. That is what I'll show you, and I'll be able to show you it in every game that I code, right? So I was just looking. Hey, Emmanuel, much love. And I think I've decided I'm going to stop asking for likes because I think when I do that, the algorithm hears it and takes them off me. So I think I'm going to have to stop doing that and just go with my flow. So I was just looking at the Scotland squad. Okay? And I was like, are you serious? So I'm not going to name every player. I'm just going to read out the clubs that they play for. Okay? Can I get a woo in the chat? The fact is, if this was all genuine, Germany, again, I say this, Germany should just annihilate Scotland. That's not necessarily going to be the case at all. We know that in international football. Even teams like San Marino and the Faroe Islands are competing with top teams now. When was that a thing? Do you remember back in the day where Faroe Islands, San Marino got beat 10-0, 9-0, and now they're competing with these super nations? It doesn't make sense to me. Much love, Robbie from Seal Beach, Southern California. How's the weather? I'm sure it's beautiful. It's a bit cloudy where I am today, which is rare. I had my workout this morning. I was going to swim, but I might save that for tomorrow. So I was looking at the Scotland squad. I was like, okay, they've got players from Hearts, Norwich, Motherwell, Leeds, Al Ettifaq, Bristol City, Copenhagen, Watford, Celtic, Liverpool, fair enough, Celtic, Real Sociedad, fair enough, Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton. One of them's a free agent. Okay, Villa is arguably the best player, John McGinn. Celtic, Man United, okay, McTominay, again, one of their better players. Southampton, Bristol City, Celtic, New York Red Bulls, and Hearts. If Scotland take anything off Germany, then you know it's just coded, although Germany have a really good code. If Scotland find a way of taking points off Germany in Germany, then what are we even watching? You know what I mean? Cheers, Riddler. I appreciate that comment. I appreciate it a lot. Now, I'm going to give you a code, which I put on my website. I can only go for about 45 minutes today, so I'm just trying to be quick in getting out this information for you all. So, you know, I've shown you everything connects. Everything connects. All the sports connect. They connect to politics, all right, which connects to Hollywood, which connects to pandemics, which connects to major historical events. Okay, it's all connected, like undeniably connected. Now, England in the T20, they just beat the nation Omen. All right, they just beat the nation Omen, and they beat them by 8 wickets. Now, England won the 8th edition of the World Cup in '66. Now, England, they just beat Oman a day before Euro 2024 begins on Donald Trump's birthday. And they win it by 8 wickets. And remember, if Trump becomes the 47th US president, his first day in office is going to be exactly 8 years after his first day in office as the 45th US president. And England bowled out Oman for 47. They bowled him out for 47 runs, guys. Trump is running to become the 47th US president. You can't make this up. You just can't. And remember, England got knocked out in the last 8 of the World Cup. They got knocked out by France, didn't they? In the last 8. I'll never forget, because the winning goal was Giroud, number 9, and he beat number 6 Maguire to the ball to head it in the back of the net. 96, like the age the Queen died, and her jubilee was 96 hours. So even things like that, number 9 out jumps number 6. It's like in Euro 2020, the 2 players that scored penalties for England in the Euro 2020 final were number 9 Harry Kane and number 6 Harry Maguire. Okay, I just want to show you all of this stuff. It doesn't mean I can predict absolutely everything. All right, I just think over 4 years, I'm amazed at what I have predicted. But whatever goes on in this tournament, I just want to let you all know that I'm here to expose Euro 2024. I'm not here to make everybody rich, okay? I ain't making false promises like that. I will get some games wrong, okay? And I'll get a lot right. But I will expose this tournament, I think, better than anyone in the world. I will expose this tournament. Give me a woo if you like the sound of that. Now, England beat Omen, and Donald Trump's initials are DT. DT is your 4 and your 20. Hitler was born 420. But Donald Trump has the same initials, DT, as Damien Thorne, who is the Antichrist in the movie The Omen. In the movie, Damien Thorne was born on 6/6/66, which is the same day that Trump's grandmother, Elizabeth Christ Trump, died. Elizabeth Christ Trump was born in Bavaria, where the opening game of Euro 2024 will take place between Germany and Scotland. And I told you that Trump's father was German. His mother, Mary, yes, Mary, like the mother of Christ, was born in Scotland. And I've noticed, like, if you look at the front cover of The Omen, it's got Damien Thorne. And beside him, he's got these crosses. There's 2 crosses beside him, just like Jesus had 2 crosses beside him. But it got me thinking of, like, St. George's Cross. If you look at England's flag, it's pretty much a red cross. And I was like, oh, my word. So big shout out to Lockwood. He told me about this cricket game. I looked into it, and I connected it to the movie The Omen, because I've actually written about that in my Trump book. If you haven't purchased my Trump book, purchase my Trump book. All right? That'll help you with this tournament, any of you. If you haven't purchased that Trump book, just watch. My thought process in my mind is, if Trump becomes a president, when I said he was 40-1 when I said it, released the book how long ago? And now he's the favorite, even though he's got those 34 charges. That book should be my crowning moment with Coden, if he becomes the president. Now, I know a lot of people now saying, no, it's guaranteed. Other people are saying, no, he don't have a chance with what happened with him, with his charges. I'm telling you, if he becomes the president, you have to get that book. I would get it before. Robertson don't play today is a big loss for Scotland. Didn't know that. Didn't know he's not playing. Where's the team news? They usually tell you an hour before the game. Hey, Chuck, God bless you, Chuck, in the chat. Much love. Lily's here. So, guys, Lily's here. That's Azucena. I don't know if I pronounced the name well, but much love to her. Hope she's having a chill time. She works a lot of hours, guys. Like a lot of us, she works a lot of hours, but this week it's pretty chilled for her. So she's got to enjoy that. Show some love with a like. Cheers, Riddler. Thank you for that, my brother. Trump is pretty much set like Labour. Hey, yeah, Chuck, I think the Labour one's a bit more concrete because there's no charges hanging over the head of him, but Trump has every number. Everything's revolved around Trump right now. What about Tony Cruz, who left Real Madrid, number 8? I think the biggest number of this tournament is going to be 8. So I would start keeping an eye on people who are wearing number 8. I'll tell you something that I haven't done. I haven't looked at Germany's number 8. For some reason, Gundogan's the captain. I know why all of his numbers, but he's number 21. So Germany roster squad numbers. I want to see who number 8 is for Germany. because that number 8 is everywhere. Come on, who is it? If they don't have a number 8, it's Tony Cruz. So Tony Cruz, age 34, like Trump, 34 charges. Told you if he becomes 47th president, his first day in office is exactly 8 years after his first day in office as the 45th. 45th president to the 47th, 4,547, 616th prime, the alternate number of the beast. 616 is when Boston Celtics lost the NBA Finals to the Warriors, where Wardle, Stephen Curry became 4-2 in NBA Finals, which I coded before the season began. Boston can close it out tonight if they win. Imagine this, guys. I know this is really tough. Imagine Boston Celtics equals 78. This is the 78th year, all right, of their franchise. And they can win the NBA Finals on Trump's 78th birthday. That seems pretty perfect. But I know this crazy stuff for Dallas, for anybody in the chat. I'm just saying, it would be wild, okay? It would be wild. We'll see. We'll see. Because both Boston and Dallas, they're the same odds today. And I can see why, because of the numbers at play. You see yesterday that the Panthers are now 3-0. They had great numbers yesterday. And they're matching Boston's 3-0 record. So they both went from 2-0 to 3-0. And it's connected to Agenda 2030, which is this Antichrist system, which the world is preparing us for right now. Right now, guys. And I find it interesting that, Germany heavily connects to war. No doubt about it. When you think about war, you think about Hitler. Well, isn't it interesting that Scotland's fans are called the Tartan Army? All right? The Tartan Army. And there's something here where it's saying Scotland star joins Bavarian dancers as Scotland arrive in Germany. It's talking about John McGinn, who's got all these Queen numbers. So I'm just looking at this, and I don't understand how Scotland are even there with that squad. But I know it's not about talent. To be honest with you, it's like Robertson. He got released by Celtic, and then he became pretty much the best left back in the world for about 3 or 4 years, didn't he? Like him and Trent were the best fullbacks in the world, arguably. And again, like Trent number 66 for Liverpool, Robertson number 26 because he connects to the Queen. We know the Queen died in Scotland. Robertson, where's number 26 for Liverpool? Queen in gematria equals 26. She was born in 26 and she became the Queen on 26. She died 2 months and 6 days before King Charles's birthday. And she died 101 days before Messi won the World Cup. 101's the 26th prime, and it was his 26th World Cup game that he'd ever played, which is now a record. Told you, 26, guys, is a huge number. The alphabet has 26 letters. The A to Z, I think we're living out the end of days. I think we're right at the end. Now, again, you're watching this game. People are probably thinking, how many goals are Germany going to get? It's not that straightforward when you look historically at opening games at major tournaments. So, again, happy birthday, Donald Trump. Riddler likes Germany 2-1. Chuck likes Germany 2-1. Germany should win by 2 or more. That's what Michael Anthony says. Adam, I think Germany win 4-1, like the 14th of June. What do you mean by that? How is 41 the 14th of June? Just out of interest. Daniel likes 2-0. Much love to Daniel. He just signed up to my website. Seems like a good guy. So, guys, when you come to my website, I just want you to learn. All right. I don't make false promises. I charge you $10. I want you to go away at the end of the month and go, oh my word, I see the world completely differently. And ideally, you win money if you bet. I know not everybody bets, but I want you to obviously win money. I'm smart with my codes. I was 3 out of 3 yesterday. But I want you to go away at the end of the month and go, oh my word, wow. That's what my goal is. For $10, come on, it's like a smoothie and a cookie where I live. Dortmund coach, Dortmund coach is gone. He leads his team to the Champions League final, and now he's gone. I know they didn't do great in the league. They finished 5th, but Dortmund are having a bit of a shocker. They've lost the coach. They lost Bellingham. Not long ago, they lost Haaland. But the coach went because of the numbers. Simple as that. Simple as that. Chuck thinks Germany score in the 61st minute. That'll be interesting. 61's the 18th prime. And the Scotland coach, he has an 18 going against him. Because he can get his 18th loss for Scotland exactly 18 weeks after Fulkrug's birthday. I'll keep an eye on that Fulkrug if he starts. He probably will. But the fact is, like when I did the stream with Chuck told me that Hitler became a citizen of Germany in 1932 on 225. And then I told him Scotland come into Euro 2024 with a 225 all-time record in European championships. So those finds make me go, wow. Since the beginning of the Euros, it's been coded. Every team that's been there, all the outcomes was already coded before. It's already pre-coded, guys. It's already destined. I don't know who's winning this, but I'll tell you something. It's already been destined. Can somebody give me a woo if you agree? Whoever wins this tournament, it's already been written. It's already set. And that don't mean that I know who's going to win it, but I'm telling you, it's already set. The reason I know that, I can go all the way back to 1930 and give you all the numbers that have led to today. Like the first ever World Cup was in 1930, won it. 30 years later was the first Euros in 1960. The 30's big with Jesus because Judas sold him for 30 pieces of silver. It's why Messi had to wear the number 30 for Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, he was signed with Paris Saint-Germain when he won the World Cup. Paris is where the Society of Jesus were founded. The Society of Judas, guys. So a lot of people do like Portugal, and I can see why. I've left the code for Portugal. I've made this very clear to you all that what codes did you hit yesterday? I had the Panthers and plus 1.5. I had McDavid to have 3.5 shots or more. He did, which was even money plus 100. And I also had the Twins to win, and they were down 2-0 against Oakland, plus money, and they won 6-2. I got 3 out of 3. I can code every sport. I've only missed 2 baseball codes all season, to be honest. Hey, Chris, God bless you. Emma, much love to you. Adam, the pubs in England are flags. They're going to make a lot of profits. And I hope they do, to be honest. I'm not necessarily promoting alcohol, but it's such a shame seeing all the pubs close down. And I know a lot of you will go, wait, I thought you was a Christian. Is that not a good thing? No, I think pubs are brilliant for socializing. There's many people that can go to a pub and not drink. All right? They can go and have some food and have a lemonade. I remember I would always order J2Os, pure sugar, guys. So I hope the pubs do well. All right? But I don't know how many people are going to go anymore. But then again, a lot of people have cancelled their Sky Sports subscriptions. So yeah, I hope the pubs do well. I hope people go out the house and they're socializing and having a laugh and a joke, which we all need every now and again. So good luck to the pubs, is what I say. My point is, don't get too wrapped up in these games. I think England play at 10 p.m. in the UK. That means people are going to be taking the day off, I think, the day after. or they're going to be going to work very hungover and very tired. Denmark, the mark of the beast. I know where you're coming from. The mark of the beast is universal, though. It's going to be universal. And you guys need to know, I think I need to read this. I think this is probably more important. I need to share this with you. This is actually really important. I post, guys, again, I post so many things. It's ridiculous. And let me ask you this question in the chat. Just say yes or no. And maybe it's not a straight up yes or no. Do you believe that anime is demonic? Okay, because if you look at these anime events, so many of them are dressed up as demons and they glorify demons. Or do you just think it's innocent fun? So I think it's really demonic. I've been watching these anime festivals just to get an idea of what it is that they're celebrating or why they have to dress up as these characters. And almost every one of them was dressed as a demon. Honestly, I'm like, what is this? Anime, look into it, brother. It just seemed a bit off. And a lot of people dress in anime at these pride festivals. So yeah, I'm going off topic there. I'm just intrigued to see what you think. Tim Wells, you're an old man. It's probably a good thing that you've not seen these people dressed up. Chuck's going to go to a Colombian bar. So Chuck lives in Spain. He's found himself a Colombian bar. They'll be neutral, won't they, being South American? They'll just hope that people are filling up the pub. What I want to do, something I'm excited to do, is I want to see who scores the first goal. Things like that. I'm not going to say I'm going to tell you who's going to score the first goal. I've put some information on a few players that I like to score, but I like, if somebody scores, I'm like, who is it? What's their birthday span? Who do they play for? All right. What's their connection to Trump? I'm going to be like that. I won't be able to do that every game because I have a life. But today I can keep an eye on this Scotland-Germany game, and I want to know who scores first. I think it's going to give us huge clues. Of course, anime comes from anima, soul, animation. You give to a drawing, playing God. That's amazing. It's really insightful. Thank you for that. If it's not of God, it's from the devil. Yeah, I say that all the time. Smash that like. Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you, Emmanuel and Riddler, for saying this, to hit the like so I don't have to keep asking. I appreciate you. I know a lot of YouTube channels, they have like 10, 20 people doing that for them. So tomorrow you got Hungary, Switzerland, Spain, Croatia, and Italy, Albania. So we're today you get one game. It's always one game in the opener. And then we're going to start having 3. And then it gets reduced as the tournament goes on, doesn't it? But the fact the tournament starts on 14:6 and John 14:6, Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh into the Father but by me. And that's John who wrote that. And Donald Trump's middle name is John. Oh, by the way, guys, it might be watching now. I don't know. You're not going to believe this. Today, a guy signed up to my website, right? His name is Thomas Gascoigne. On my life, his name is Thomas Gascoigne. Gascoigne, like Paul Gascoigne. He signed up today, the day that Germany are playing Scotland, and he played in Scotland for Rangers. And he cried against Germany in the 1990 semi-final because he got yellow carded, which meant he would miss the final. Thomas Gascoigne. I just was like, come on. May as well have been Paul Gascoigne. Much love to you, Joseph. My brother Joseph in the chat is telling us Jesus Christ equals 146, which it does. Please subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. It's Joseph Equiviva 2222. And Thomas Lockwood told me that a pundit was just saying in preparation for the Scotland-Germany game This is not a good omen for Scotland. This is not a good omen. After what I've just told you about the omen with England. And an omen is an event regarded as a portent of good or evil. So it's basically a sign sent by gods, even though we know in the Bible there's only one God. But it's like the divine and the supernatural and all of that. So I think you've got to keep an eye on Kai Havertz in this tournament. Number 7, 17th edition, 7th prime. We know Germany are going for their 4th Euros. They're the 4th. This is the 4th occasion that they've hosted the Euros. 7's the 4th prime. And then Trump's presidency ended when he was 74. USA's Independence Day is 7-4. The UK election is going to be 7-4. Do you know what the 47 is, guys? I know a lot of you go to gematria, and I understand it. Government 47, authority 47 in gematria, Democrat 47, Republican 47, DC 47. There's no doubt that the number 47 in gematria connects to government. There's no doubt about it, and authority. Now, the 47, for me, yeah, Independence Day equals 74, and it's celebrated on 7-4. 7 times 4 is 28, which is a perfect number, which is the 7th triangular number, which is why World War I began 28-7. So Chris Holding always goes ridiculous score lines. He's going Germany 4-0. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. How crazy would it be if Germany won 4-0 and then Boston Celtics won the NBA Finals 4-0? That would just be too outlandish, I believe. But we're living in the end of days. I don't think really anything can be a shock any longer. The reason why 47 is so big is this. The 7 seals. The first 4 are the 4 horsemen. 4 of the 7 seals. That's what it is. That's the 47. I know we can say Vatican City was founded 211, 47th prime. All right. Super Bowl 58 was on 211, 47th prime at 47 points. And the Chiefs won it exactly 47 months after COVID was declared a pandemic and exactly 47 weeks after the coach's birthday. That's all really interesting. That 47 is the first 4 of the 7 seals. Okay? 14th of June, 1971, first match in Europa League. Wolves beat Tottenham 2-1. Wow, that's interesting. Wolves like wolves in sheep's clothing. Peter Odom-Winge is now Christian Humble Man off all social media. Shall I ask if he wants to come on your show? Yeah? Is that the striker who played for West Brom? Absolutely. I can believe somebody like Odom-Winge can repent. He had a decent career, but it wasn't like a superstar. But he played in the Premier League, didn't he? How do you know him, John? I don't think he would just come on my show unless you're really close to him. But you can ask him. Emmanuel lives in Wolves. Benjamin likes Kai Havertz goal. Kai Havertz plays for Arsenal, the Gunners, connects to War, the Cannonball. So I think he's the only Germany player that plays for Arsenal, as far as I'm aware. 14th of June, 1946, Trump 146 is equal to number 11. So first goal in the 11th minute, or number 11 will score. So it's interesting. I don't know when's this first goal. I don't see 0-0. That would be just the worst start to a tournament if it's 0-0. Something tells me Germany 2-0, but I don't have any code. Something's telling me Germany will win 2-0. But I won't bet on that because there's nothing. When I said Real Madrid would beat Dortmund 2-0, I had an amazing code. I said Dortmund will stay on 19 goals against Madrid. Madrid will get 26 goals against Dortmund if they win 2-0. Queen born 1926. The final was in London. Perfect. Felt confident. Definitely would have placed a bet on 2-0 Madrid. But something's just telling me 2-0. A lot of people, the most popular score that people think that I've spoken to is 2-1. And it's been backed up in the chat. Like Chuck thinks 2-1, Riddler thinks 2-1. Scotland don't score often in Euros. They rarely score. So them just scoring will be a huge achievement. The fans are going to go crazy. Now, I think the odds are fair. So, okay, team news. Havertz is starting. So, look, the Dortmund strikers on the bench. Fulkrug's on the bench. Gundogan starting, Musiala. Keep an eye on Musiala. He wears number 42 at Bayern Munich. And the beast trains for 42 months. It was his goal, wasn't it, that won him the league the season prior to Leverkusen winning it. So keep an eye on Musiala. The German team doesn't make me go wow. I don't think there's really any team that makes me go wow anymore. Not like... I always go back to that Brazil team, don't I? I always talk about Roberto Carlos, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. I look back at that team, Cafu, and go, oh my word, they're just a different level. So Germany's team, Neuer, what's he now, 38? Kimmich, very good. Rudiger, don't rate, but he has that 3-3 birthday. Tah, Mittelstadt, Andrik, Cruz. Okay, Cruz is great. Musiala's really talented dribbler. Gundogan's a very good player. Wirtz, Havertz. I'm not blown away by it, but again, it doesn't matter. Now, let's look at Scotland's team. Guys, give me a woo if you think this Scotland team sounds like it should be in, like, competing for the playoffs in the championship. Somebody hit the like button. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, let's stop, guys. Can you all hit it now? Because if you want me to keep doing these Euro breakdowns, I need to feel some sort of support with the chat and hitting the like. Otherwise, like, I really don't need to do it. I've got my website, put out the codes. I can just focus on them. I want to wake up as many people as I can. So I would appreciate that. It's so straightforward to do. I really don't know why people don't do it. Maybe they just get distracted. I understand that. Like this Scotland team, it's funny that if you notice Scotland, check this out. Listen to this. And then I'll read out the Scotland team. This is just how, thank you, Beth. God bless you. It says Christian behind Adams, right? Because Christie's just going to play just behind Adams, who's their straight up centre forward. Christie has Christ at the beginning and Adams has Adam. Can you see this? I know this is where some people say you're reaching, Adam. You don't know what I've revealed for 4 years, some of you. So Christie's got Christ in his name, and then you've got Adam, the first man on earth. So Christie in behind Adams. I just see those things now. I'm like, wow. And Adams plays for the Saints. He plays for Southampton. The Saints, guys. So I find that really interesting. So if I look at this Scotland squad, this to me is a squad that would be top 6 in the championship. Gunn. Oh, yeah, let's stop there. Scotland's goalkeeper, his name is Gunn. Gunn. And Germany's captain is Gundogan. Guys, we know we used guns in wars. So I'm like, this Gunn, his father was called Bryant Gunn. Played for Norwich in the Premier League, and now his son is playing for Norwich. We got the example with Peter Schmeichel and Kasper Schmeichel. Both was their goalkeepers for Denmark. So this is the squad. Gunn, Hanley, Porteous, Hendry, Turney, McTominay, McGinn, Gilmore, Christian Adams. I can't get my head around how that team's at the Euros. Personally. Oh no, McGregor's starting instead of Gilmore. McGregor wears number 42 for Celtic. Got to read my codes about Celtic winning the league and why they just won the 42nd Scottish Cup and number 42 lifted the trophy. So yeah, let's see what goes on. When does it start? 50 minutes. So does anybody believe that Scotland are going to get anything? Anybody? Hey, Betty, much love to you. Does anybody believe that Scotland are going to get anything? So, England are the favourites, right? You look at their group, you've got Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia. England cruised through their qualifying campaign. But they've struggled really heavily in the friendlies. But should we even acknowledge friendlies? But the fact is, England are coming in struggling. They've got widespread fitness concerns. They've got selection issues, yet they're still the favourites. They have an unbelievable, insane riddle. I am not denying that. It's insanity. I'm just not going in on them. I'm going to go game by game. England's riddle is outrageous. Outrageous. So, and again, the odds for England. If you look at England, right? We're told they have all this attacking talent. Yet, they only have 2 players who've scored more than 4 international goals. Kane and Saka. Did you ever think about that? They literally have 2 players that have scored 4 or more goals for England. Kane and Saka. So, why are they this outright favourites? They finished in the quarter-final at the World Cup. It don't make sense. It would be wild, yeah, if it could be a 78th minute goal. That would be perfect because Franz Beckenbauer, they're honouring this tournament to him. He died at age 78 as well. So, yeah, 78 might be too perfect. If there's a 47th minute goal, I'm going to just collapse to the ground. That's all I'm going to say. If there's a goal after 47 minutes, I'm going to collapse to the ground with the 47th president. I'll giggle. I'll have a giggle to myself. I'll tell you that. So, Harry Maguire's out through injury. Luke Shaw's not fit, yet he got selected. I'm not sure why everyone's saying this is the most talented squad in Europe. Now, yes, they've got Jude Bellingham. Yes, he had an incredible year. Scored 23 goals for Madrid. But they should not be the favourites. Okay? They're putting a lot of responsibility on John Stones, who's been injured for half of the season. And then they've got that Mark Goey. He's never played in a major tournament. So I would say keep an eye on this Cobby. Cobby wears number 8, I think, for England. And he's 19-year-old, 8th prime. And this year's been so heavily connected to Kobe. I said Kobe Manu would have a breakout season before any of you probably knew who he was. And look, he was he Man United's best player? I would say he was. That's the type of stuff I call. So, yeah, I'm not sure why England are favourites. Now you got France. France have Austria, Netherlands, and Poland. I don't think that's an easy group at all. I know a lot of you like the Netherlands to win the Euros. I get so many emails. A lot of people think Holland. Austria and Poland are in that group, heavily connected to war. Hitler was born in Austria, he invaded Poland. We know the Netherlands have a real history with Germany. So France's recent form has been sketchy. They've only won 2 of the last 5 games. But again, it's friendlies. They got beat by Germany. They drew with Canada. I saw the USA just drew with Brazil as well. I saw Pulisic scored with his rainbow number 10, and he did all of that. But Germany just find a way in tournaments, especially when they host it. They at least get to the semi-final. I'm talking about France here. I don't know why I went on to Germany. France, they won the World Cup in 2018. They've been finalists in 3 of the last 4 major tournaments. So they seem to put it together when it matters. The coach won a World Cup as a player and a coach, Didier Deschamps. Remember, he played with Zidane at Juventus back when the Italian league was outrageous. That's what I'm talking about, the glory days of football. So, yeah, the final is on Bastille Day, which is France's national day. That's something that concerns me. I told you, if France didn't have the Bastille Day, I think they'd be my favourite team. But they have it, so it's tough. Kante is in the squad, even though he's playing in Saudi Arabia. 37-year-old Giroud's there, who's now going to be playing in the MLS. He's a player that goes under the radar with, like, Satanism, Giroud, if you look at his career. I think they're decent at the back. I think that Saliba's really good. Canada's really good. They've got people say Mbappe is the best striker in the world. Griezmann always seems to step up in major tournaments. Do you know what I find really interesting? All the 47s I've given you. Mbappe scored 47 goals for France. Now, France equals 47. And he's captain in France. For me, Mbappe is not a leader. It looks like a Ninja Turtle. Can somebody give me a woo? Mbappe looks like a Ninja Turtle. Check out Brighton's new blue hat with the number 47 on the side. That's outrageous. So, yeah, I'm telling you, France's captain's a Ninja Turtle, Mbappe. So yeah, he's going to do well. I'm trying to figure out how many goals he's going to get. He might get 4 for 51 when the Illuminati were founded. And it's in Germany. The first game's in Bavaria. But I'm sure is he the favourite for the Golden Boot? It's probably him or Kane, isn't it? He scored 44 goals last season for Paris Saint-Germain, which is not that impressive when he's supposedly the best striker in the world and he's playing in the French league. But 44 connects to England and Germany. But again, Mbappe, my word, does he score in major tournaments. So I think if you're ever going to take France to win a game, you may as well just do France and Mbappe to score, to get value. Because I think he's going to score. They're bigging him up, aren't they? And it makes sense for him to go to Real Madrid as, like, in form, and he's done well again. So he scored 4 goals at the World Cup in 2018. That's when he was really, like, just breaking through. His, like, breakthrough game was against Argentina, wasn't it? So I think France will play a 4-3-3. That Thuram, you got to keep an eye on him as well. Lilian Thuram's son. I think he plays for Inter Milan. Now, Germany. Do you know it's been 40 years since there's been a home Euros winner? Okay, so a lot of people are, okay, host nations, they always do well. They often win it. I don't know where they get that from. It's been 40 years. But again, Satan tempted Jesus for 40 days and 40 nights. So that's an interesting stat, I find. That a host nation hasn't won it in 40 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. And somebody in the chat, was it Chris, who said they thinks it's going to be 4-0? So yeah, 40 years. Crazy stuff. But you got this Germany coach. He's 36, 666, the 36 triangular number. He coached at Bayern. I think he coached at Leipzig. And he replaced Hansi Flick. And he's done pretty well. And he's basically made Havertz the outright striker. I never saw Havertz as a striker, to be honest, but that's where they're playing him right now. So these are like 5-1, I think, Germany. I was shocked they called up the Brighton player, Dennis Undav. I think he actually plays for Stuttgart, but he's on loan. So Gundogan, I think Gundogan's their best player. I know you may disagree. I think Gundogan's their best player, their most important player. And he's going to be threading those passes through the Havertz. Musiala's got feet, man. He's got footwork. He's got magic feet, as they call it. So I will say this. I don't watch the games anymore, but Musiala's the type of player that I would still watch. I've seen him a few times. And Sane is probably going to be on the bench because I know towards the end of the season he was injured. Now that Sane is lightning. Like lightning fast. So Germany are in the group as well with Switzerland, which is the neutral nation when it comes to war. I wonder if they draw with Germany. And I'm trying to think, like, who's most likely to win all three? It's very rare that it happens. I'm pretty sure, like, at the World Cup, I don't think one team won all three games in the group. Loads of them ended 2-1. 2 wins, 0 draws, 1 loss, 2-1. We know how big that number is. I think you'll see a lot of 2-1s again. Maybe big teams win their first 2 games. And then they pretty much qualify, don't they? Rest some of the players. But I think you'll see a lot of 2-1s. Now, Portugal. I know a lot of you like Portugal. Chris gave me the 33rd like. I appreciate that, brother. Chuck saying, watch out for Nico Williams or Naki Williams. Yes. Is he at Bilbao? I think he's at Bilbao, yeah? So, listen. A lot of you like Portugal. I can see why. How's Kante getting picked again? 33-year-old playing in Saudi Arabia. France don't have anything better. Kante went from being what I've done his story. He was a trash collector to World Cup winner. There was a whole spread on it. He used to pick up trash, dreaming of being a pro footballer, and then he won the World Cup. Like not long after, picking up trash to winning the World Cup. It's just pretty comical, to be honest with you. So Portugal, I'm not going to go through my code for them. It's on the website. It's crazy. Their coach is Roberto Martinez. I remember he coached Wigan, didn't he? He coached Everton. I think he coached Swansea. Now, Portugal's the only team that won 10 out of 10 qualifying games. And they finished as the top scorers in qualifying. 36 goals. Ronaldo, the top scorer. And he was born the 36th day of the year. Of course he was. 666, the 36th try. Now, what I've noticed, pretty much all these top teams are losing in friendlies. Portugal lost to Slovenia. They lost to Croatia. But they probably have the best squad with strength and depth. Portugal. Like again, if I was a regular fan, knowing what I know about football, the best squad is Portugal. Anybody agree or disagree? They're on 10 draws and 10 losses all time at the Euros. Wow, I think looking at the squads, the squad with the best full roster, strength and depth is Portugal. And you're right, yeah, Portugal have 19 wins, 10 draws, 10 losses, 67 points, 19th prime, which is the 8th prime. This is the 8th participation. So, yeah, that's interesting with the 10s. I'm going to keep an eye on Portugal. Ronaldo's 39. It's 39. You think France have the best squad? I think it's Portugal. They've got players like Bruno, Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Cancelo, Rafael Ley. So I think for Portugal, they're all going to rave on about. They've got Ruben Dias. He's an outrageous defender. What's that Barcelona striker? Felix. I think Portugal's star player is going to be Bruno Fernandes for the number 8s. He wears number 8, doesn't he, for United? Man United finished 8th. I think. Oh, there's loads more 8s. I put them on my website. I can't remember what else that I found with the 8s. So keep an eye on Portugal. But I know everyone's going to be all over Ronaldo. You don't even know this tournament. I know you'll probably say, no, it's for sure. You don't know if Ronaldo's even going to start. I don't think he's at a point now where you can say he's definitely going to start. Probably will. But is he going to play 90 minutes like we always are accustomed to with Ronaldo? Guys, he's 39. The guy's almost 40. He's in the 40th year of his life. And remember, no host nations won the Euros in 40 years. So there's a few people on my website that I think Scotland are going to draw. But anyway, let me go back to what I was talking about, which is far more important than football. I need to tell you this. Chris, you're a funny guy and you're a genuine guy. You exaggerate. So you've said England is still 3-1, as if there's no way there should be. We should be 100-1. Bro, there shouldn't be 100-1. It's too extreme. I think England should be 6-7-1. They should be around what Spain are. They shouldn't be the favourites. The favourites should be France. And then it should be Portugal. And then it should be Germany. And then maybe England. They shouldn't be 100-1, bro. That's just, I don't know if you're being serious. So News in Action thinks Scotland 2-1. What I will say to you, if all of you believe, yeah, they've got Ramos, number 9, Portugal. He's a really good player. If you think that a game's going to be 2-1, just take both teams to score, is my advice to you. Scotland don't score many goals at the Euros. So I've told you, them just scoring is going to be a big win for Scotland. Them just scoring. Now, if they beat Germany, I think Germany went through the humiliation at the World Cup. Can somebody give me a woo? Germany got humiliated at the World Cup. I don't see them getting beat by Scotland in the opening game in Germany. Now, if it happens, wow, good call. Congratulations. I messed up. I'll take it. I don't see Scotland beating Germany. But I will tell you this, guys. 2024, there's not been a year like it. It is the strangest year for everything. Anybody agree? 2024, I've never lived through a year like this. It's insane. There's so much insanity that I have moments where I'm like, can I really be shocked? Can I actually be shocked anymore? I'm at that point. But then I sometimes see clarity and go, no, Germany are not losing to Scotland. Come on. But it's hard to be shocked, man. It's hard to be shocked anymore. And by another 8 is Portugal won the Euros 8 years ago, didn't they? In 2016, which is when Trump was voted in as the US president. Imagine they do it again and he gets voted in. Shows you, it'll just show you that everything's just scripted. Bonjour, I've stopped coding, but I'm going for France to go out early and Holland to win 36 years after Euro 88, just like Argentina. That's great. And that's interesting from Gus. Did you hear that? Argentina won the World Cup. They knocked out the Netherlands, didn't they? Gus. They knocked out the Netherlands, I think on penalties. Argentina won their World Cup 36 years after they last won it with Maradona. He's saying Holland can win the Euros 36 years after they won it. That's interesting. And not many people talking about Netherlands in general. There's people on my site who like them, but they're what? 12, 14 to 1, something like that. They're a big price. So if you like them, go for it. Yeah, Saudi, Argentina. That was just outrageous. Senegal, France. I do remember that. Yeah, I do. Senegal had a really good tournament, and then all the players got signed by Premier League players like Diouf and Diop, and there were quite a few. They all got signed by Premier League players. It's all very strange. Japan beat Germany. Yeah, I'm just saying there's definitely upsets. I've told you all that. The opening game can be shocking. I just don't think Germany lose to Scotland. Now, if it wasn't in Germany, Germany are unbelievable in Germany. Portugal can get to 88 points if they win all 7 games. Let me tell you this. If you think that's going to happen, keep riding Portugal to the lose. I'll tell you why. They won 10 qualifiers, right? They won 10 out of 10. Now, if they win 7 out of 7, which is so rare that a team wins the Euros and wins every game, next to never happens. If they did, they went perfect. That's 17 in a row. 17th edition of the Euros. Ronaldo began his Portugal career wearing number 17. Now, that's outlandish to think that they're going to win 7 out of 7. CR7, who was born exactly 7 years before Neymar. But it could happen. It could happen. Why not? Why not? Now, if they lose the first game, then that riddle's gone. You take it, riddle's gone. But it's nice to make them. And the reason why I'm putting out these codes now, like seeing that Portugal connect to 8, let's see if Bruno scores their first goal. I find the numbers. It don't mean that they're going to play out, but I find it. I put in the research before, and then I'm like, okay, maybe this number is playing out for this team. It's like being a detective, guys. You don't solve every crime, but you always want to. That's your goal. You're not always going to solve every crime. So I do find that Netherlands find interesting with the 36, though, Gus. Scotland coach is saying, we're here to win the game. We're here to win the game. And then Chris Boyd is saying Scotland must frustrate Germany. Have you noticed Germany have germ at the beginning? Germ. There's another pandemic coming. There's no doubt. Germany, many germs. Do you know that only Portugal have a better competitive record since 2021 than Scotland? Told you, literally, pretty much since the Queen died in Scotland, Scotland have been picking up shock wins. Can I get a woo? The Queen died in Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Since she died, and since Philip and the Queen died, Scotland have become a decent national team. Any of you noticed that? Prince Philip, by the way, died on 4-9, and Germany's dialing code is +49, which is 7 times 7. Got to play in 7 games, haven't you, to win the Euros? 17th edition, 7th prime. So, yeah, do we have to keep an eye on number 7s? Absolutely. Kai Havertz, Ronaldo. Can somebody tell, who's England's number 7 now? Is it Saka? Is it Foden? I don't know. They change numbers constantly. Anybody know who England's number 7 is? Keep an eye on him, whoever it is. I can look. Is it Foden? Or Saka? Probably Saka. Let me check. And remember, Saka's the one who missed the penalty in the Euro final. It's Saka. Keep an eye on Saka. It's Foden's 11. Keep an eye on Saka. All right, he got humiliated in that Euro final. One of the worst penalties you'll ever see. Even Tony's number 17 as well. So if he comes on, if Ivan Toney comes on, I would bet on him in play to score. Number 17. If they bring on Ivan Toney, I would bang on him to score off the bench. So yeah, Portugal, you're going to obsess over Ronaldo. Keep an eye on Bruno. Is my advice there. Now Spain are 8-1. Nobody's talking about Spain, and they cruise through the qualifying, even though Scotland beat them, but they cruise through. They've actually done well in the friendly games. They got decent squad. They got Rodri's probably the best player, I think. I'd probably say Rodri's the best player. They've got that Yamal, who's literally 16. So he's in the 17th year of his life. He's probably going to start, even though, guys, he's 16, playing at the Euros. I need to find his numbers. Why this kid? When were you born, Yamal? 13-7, 33rd prime. So he has the 33. 16 years old. And one of Spain's best players already. That's not normal, man. What about Yuselu, who got called up by Spain when he was 32? He's now 34, and he's going to the Euros. So, yeah, Pedri. I think Pedri was the young player of the year at the last Euros. Carvajal. Why doesn't Carvajal get regarded as like the greatest fullback ever? Why does nobody ever talk about Carvajal? The media never talk about him. The fans never talk about him. He's won 6 Champions Leagues. He scores massively important goals. Everyone raves on about Ramos. They never talk about this Carvajal guy. Ever. If you notice. So Spain have the best young team. Nobody's going to debate that. They have the best young team. They're in the group of death, which they call it. Interesting. Spain, Croatia, Italy, Albania. Chuck's given me a great code for Spain to beat Croatia. A lot of people like Croatia because they got blessed by the Pope. And how funny that Croatia in Italy's group where the Pope resides. It's just ridiculous. Now, Italy are 14-1. They can go back to back. So strange that a reigning champions 14-1. But again, remember, they didn't qualify for the World Cup a year after they won the Euros. That is enough to make you go, what? I don't think they have a world-class striker in their squad. They've got the best goalie in the world, probably. Who, again, was the player of the tournament, Euro 2020. So, yeah, I don't see Italy winning unless it's this back-to-back riddle. I'm not having Italy. I think they won the Euros because COVID hit Italy before any other nation. That's why they won it. Now, Netherlands, they're 18-1. A lot of people on my site like them. Just take them to get to the semis or something. You could get as much value on getting Netherlands to the semis than England or France winning it. Can somebody give me a woo if you know how to bet? If you really love the Netherlands, don't necessarily have them to win it. Have them get to the semi-final. It'll be like 4-1. Why not do that? Guys, when you're coding just one team to win it, you've just got to be real with yourself. There's 24 teams. At least 10 have exceptional riddles. Don't put all your eggs in one basket with... It's always the first question, who's winning the Euros? Calm down. Calm down. It's way bigger than that. It's the same what people do with Super Bowls and NBA finals. Okay, who's winning it? Like, say if I told you England and they're 3-1. The other day, one of my teams was 10-1 in playing baseball and they won. 10-1. Why wait 9 months or a month or whatever it is for futures? Interestingly, Scotland in simple geometry equals 88. The 88 connects to Trump. And what doesn't really connect to Trump? Another thing for Holland, Argentina beat Holland in 78. Yeah, Trump's turning 78 today. It'd be more interesting if they were playing today, Holland. Courtois is better than Donnarumma. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I'm not going to go back and forth there. I think they're very similar. Yeah. Basically, one's right-footed, one's left. That's pretty much the difference between them. So you guys are going to want to watch this, I'm sure. I've got a ton of work to do. Much love, Tim. Tim, I appreciate all your Detroit codes. I'll keep an eye on them this year because of everything that you've left. So 68 is going to be big in this tournament. I'm pretty sure Johan Cruyff died at 68. Holland come in with 68 points. 68 is the biggest number with war. I know they have the lion as well on their heart. The Netherlands, they've got the lion on the crest. So yeah, I won't be going live during this game. Maybe I'll put stuff in play if I can see it, if I'm not doing anything. So somebody told me that Robertson's not playing. Is that a fact? Let me see the Scotland team again. Robertson is playing. This is why I get frustrated with people in the chat at times. Robertson's out. He's playing. Why tell me that he's out? Why tell me he's out when he's starting? Guys, if you're going to leave comments, you've got to know what you're saying. Unless it's like an outright opinion, like I think this. When you tell me Robertson's injured and he's out, where are you getting this from? He's starting. And I thought he would start as well. Scottish Rider Freemasonry and playing in Bavaria. Yeah, that's very true, Jay. Yeah, the Scottish Rite. It's 32 degrees, isn't it? Not 33, it's 32, the Scottish Rite. Guys, this whole game today is about Trump. It's just about Trump. I think the whole tournament will be. Do you know the World Cup in 2014 began on George Bush Sr.'s birthday? The World Cup in France began on Donald Trump's 72nd birthday. The World Cup in Qatar began on Joe Biden's 80th birthday. The Euros in Germany begin on Donald Trump's 78th birthday, exactly 6 years after the World Cup began in Russia on his birthday. If you think that the scheduling of these games is just random and it has nothing to do with the people I talk about, why do they all begin on these presidents' birthdays? All right, why did Denver Nuggets win the NBA Finals last year on George Bush Sr.'s birthday, and Boston can win it today on Trump's birthday? The NBA was founded when Trump was born, when George Bush Jr. was born, and when Bill Clinton was born. So I write about all this in my books, guys. If I'm telling you, there's no accidents with this. With when a tournament begins, when it ends. Now, I've got one for you. 2022 FIFA World Cup. I've not shared this with anybody. The 2022 FIFA World Cup began on Joe Biden's 80th birthday. And it ends, Euro 2024 ends, exactly 86 weeks later. And Argentina won the World Cup in 86. You just had Bobby Charlton die at age 86. Argentina won the World Cup when the Pope was 86. So literally the World Cup in Qatar began exactly 86 weeks before Euro 2024 ends. Come on, guys. On the nose, 86 weeks, the year that I was born. Can somebody give me a woo for the year I was born? 86, the year Argentina won the World Cup, the year of the hand of God. That's when I was born. I was born the year after Ronaldo and the year before Messi. Yeah, Trump is Bill Tannen. They've literally told us that in Back to the Future that character was based off him. It ain't a conspiracy. They literally said they based that character off Donald Trump. And in Back to the Future, it's all 9/11 foreshadowing. Okay, no doubt about it. Jerry West just died at 86. Yeah, the same day that the West and Conference champions Dallas died ultimately. You don't come back from 3-0 down. It's just not something that happens. What has it happened once? Maybe I don't know if it's ever happened. John McGinn, number 7 for Club and Country. Yeah, he's there. They're building up John McGinn, the media, even though he plays for Aston Villa, which is Prince William's favourite team, the eldest son of King Charles. Guys, do not forget about the German blood of the royal family. Can I get a woo in the chat? I've got to go. The German blood goes under the radar with the British royal family, guys. They're German. Did you know, guys, that Winston Churchill's actually American? Did you know that? Do you know Boris Johnson was born in New York? You just got to look into these people. You got to go deeper with them. A lot of people don't know Trump has German and Scottish blood. They just think he's American. Okay? He's born in New York. He's just full-blown American. They don't look into the history, and I understand. Why would you care? It's part of my job, I guess. Bye, Gene. God bless you. I'm not telling you who has the strongest code. No interest in doing that. I put out amazing codes on my website for teams. Pick which one you prefer. I ain't going to come to you at the end of the year saying, I called this, but I am going to tell you why the team wins. I'm not going to put that arrow on my back. Hey, might have got 80% of the games right, but he said this team's winning it. Fraud. I ain't giving those people that. There's too many incredible codes. I ain't forcing a future pick on a team that's 3-1 or 4-1 when I'll find that in play, which I do all the time in the Premier League. The amount of times I got Spurs at like 4-1, teams like that, or Arsenal, the win in the 90th minute. I ain't worrying about the future right now in regards to who takes it. There's exceptional riddles for tons of teams. Why force it? Go game by game, see what goes down, and I'm going to hopefully enjoy coding this, even though it's a lot of work. A lot of work doing this. I'm not playing fantasy football. I turned it all down. I turned down playing Super 6. I turned it all down. I don't want distractions like that. But again, why wait a month to see who's going to win? Things happen. Listen to this. In September, Hansi Flick became the first Germany manager to be sacked since the role was created in 1926. Ain't that the year that the Queen died? All right, this is the stuff I like to see. Like, what is that, England, Germany? Is that good for England? Is it good for Germany? But literally, Hansi Flick became the first Germany manager to be sacked since the role was created in 1926, the year Queen Elizabeth was born. All right? And that's what, so now it's, and I told you Dortmund have 19 goals against Madrid. Madrid have 26, 1926. Wait, is it going to be Spain, Germany? Was that foreshadowing? There's just too much going on. That is why I'm not going to sit here and answer your question of, so who has the best riddle? Who's going to win? I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. We'll find out on July the 14th. I just know this is about Trump. It's about the royal family, and it's about revelation, and it's about war. And that's what's more important than who's going to win this satanic scripted game, where the result has already been determined by a higher power. So yeah, good luck to you all the new people on my website. I hope you enjoy it. Stay as long as you want. Stay a month, stay a year. All right. Your call, your decision. But where else do you get this level of information? Anywhere else in the world for $10? Where? Where are you going to find it? The BBC? The internet? Okay? Where are you going to find this level of information every single day? You ain't going to find it anywhere else. That's the reality. And I can say that with complete conviction. So, Adam, will you watch one game? I'm more open this time, yes. I didn't watch any game at the Euros, and I watched one game at the Euros, no games at the World Cup. I didn't watch one game at the World Cup. I watched one game at the Euros. I told you, it's Belgium against Portugal. I was in a bar. There was about 20 TV screens. I was having my chicken wrap with a few of the boys, and I didn't even know the game was going on. With this one, I think I'll be a bit more open to watching some of them. But I'm not going to be supporting anybody or cheering them on or anything like that. But I'll watch a few of the games, yeah. Not everyone. No way. I'm not interested in watching England. Watching England annoys me. I won't watch England games. Yeah, BBC 223 48th Prime. So yeah, off I go. Nice polo, baby. I appreciate the compliment. Can you hit the like on your way out? And then I'm going to end the stream. And if you haven't watched my George Floyd video, please watch it for your own sake. If you want confirmation we live in a coded reality and that we're being deceived by the devil, watch my George Floyd video, which should be viral and has 60 likes. 60 likes out of 12,000 people. Please watch the George Floyd video. It don't get any better than showing that we live in a coded reality and that we're being completely deceived. I'm not anymore, and hopefully you guys are not either. So yeah, take care. Good luck, whatever you do today. If you're Scottish, good luck. If you're German, good luck. If you're betting, good luck. All right. And I might do a few community posts on the Euros. Like, I really want to see who scores first, which player. There's a tiny bit of excitement in me to see who gets it. But guys, it's 22 players that start in this game. We're in 2024. Maybe the keeper scores a 70-yard free kick. I don't know anymore. Take care. God bless you. Speak to you all soon. Woo-hoo!